What up, you beauties? We're in the kitchen. It's time to make some shortbread meltaways, which is a cookie I've been making for years. Absolutely love them. The actual recipe is in the description below because I'm doing a batch of 2.5 and it's... Anyway, you don't have to do that. Let's get you down here to the counter and we'll start mixing stuff up. Okay, so first things first, we're mixing our butter, which has been on the counter all morning, and I don't know if it's soft enough, but we'll find out. That should do it. And we have our icing sugar and vanilla. And those are all gonna get mixed up. And I will have you know, I've actually been making it the whole time, well, prior to this one, without a mixer. Well, with a hand mixer, not a standing mixer. So, you do you. You don't need one of these. Like I said, it's been an eternity that I've been making them without this thing. But it's a monster and makes it a heck of a lot faster. Hope you like butter. And it is not salted. And last but not least, well, in this case, a lot of vanilla in terms of the looks, shall we say. Alright, so now that that's all in there, and spin this guy up, kind of push this butter down a little bit more. But we're going to beat that up, literally. So let that do its thing for a while and I'll babysit it. So now we're actually just going to mix all of our dry together with the exclusion of our icing sugar. But we got our flour, our baking powder, cornstarch, and salt. So that's all in there, and this is both the salt and baking powder, which are gonna flop in there too. So now I'm just gonna whisk this up. That's gonna spin away, and when we start mixing them together, I'll bring you guys back in. And girls. Finally, they're all mixed up. So now, you wanna go about half of your dry ingredients into this. Now for our butter in this mixture over here, you're really only looking for it to be nice and, well, mixed. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it's still buttery. It's mostly butter, as you know. So, in goes half, roughly. Not measuring it. Alright, I don't even know, but that'll work for starters. So back up we go, and we'll start mixing it nice and slow. Now it's taking that just fine. Now we're going to drop it back down, and actually I'm going to spin it just a little bit. Got another chunk of it in there. Pop back up. Mix that and basically just do it until all of our dry stuff is incorporated well. And that right there should be just dandy. So that is a regular shortbread cookie in this case. Well, not yet, it's just shortbread batter or dough, whatever the heck you want to call it. So now we need our Meltaway portion, which are toffee bits. They are all in there, and now we're just going to mix those in. Eventually, we're probably going to. I'm just going to drop it down, transfer it into a bowl such as this, and then just mix it by hand. Alright, so now that it's transferred, I'm just gonna dive on in. And just fold it over, squish it down, try to get those bits all incorporated, because in the mixture there's actually a lot of them stuck on the bottom that we're not mixing in well. Okay, so this is it here. It's the biggest shortbread Meltaway cookie ever. Alright, there you go. Just gonna put it in the oven and it's all good. Probably for like 3 hours. So we're actually gonna make the cookies. And in terms of size, they asked for, well, a tablespoon, but a heaping tablespoon. Now, with regards to something similar that I usually make in terms of size, it's about the size of a Timbit, but like a little bit smaller. So that's really all I'm aiming for. And as you can see, we got a lot of them. So I'll see you guys in a bit when they're going in the oven. The oven made it to our 350 so we can pop them on in. So we're gonna open up our oven, slide our cookie tray in the middle, literally as centric as possible. Alright, so she's in there like swimwear. Pop that on there, and it's probably not gonna be 12 minutes. First day. But we're gonna start with 12 minutes and check them, see how they're doing, and then decide whether or not we want to add a little bit more, because you can't really take any away, but you can always add a little bit of time, right? And here they are. If you listen, sorry, I was just trying to get the mic nice and close for you guys, but they're done, and well, almost ready to eat. But there they are. So after about 5 minutes, then you can take them off of the pan, put them on a cooling rack, because you know you gotta make more. Now, last but not least, how do they taste? Now this is fresh out of the oven, okay? So it's still gonna be kind of hot, but it still falls apart, like magically. Not like crumbly, it falls apart kind of like sectionally, if you will. That being said, the nice beautiful thing with these cookies is they freeze phenomenally well. So if you make a bajillion of them, put them in the freezer, pop them out, you know, a couple days before, not even, because that actually is really good for ovens too. But long story short, in the freezer, they last just fine, and they taste good either way. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you soon.